Turn the camera on. Tell anybody I'm on. Uh-oh. Who shows up? Hi, Remy. I didn't schedule a live today. I was wondering if anybody would even show up. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't get notifications. Hi, Saber Abby. Um, I don't get notifications anymore. So I was just I didn't schedule it. I just wanted to see who would show up. Hi, Charlie girl. Ander, Paul, PSC 247. Paul, is Stacy okay? She seemed upset yesterday. I don't know her as well as you guys do, so I just hope she's okay. Why wouldn't they show up? Everyone knows you go on. Well, I wasn't going to go on. Actually, wasn't going to go on today because I kind of slept a little late, and then I was making my husband his little stuff for work, which now he's eating healthy. So he's bringing to work. All he brought to work today was an apple and a blueberry muffin because I made blueberry muffins yesterday and homemade bread. So, well, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Really. Sometimes I go on at 8. I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to be consistent, but with all this like staying in the house and stuff, I've been like, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like the more I'm home not doing anything, the tireder I am. Does that make any sense to any of you? I didn't get a notification. Stacy was upset because she had said something about shouting her out to get subscribers, and someone said it's not the time. That's all I saw. She was upset with me. I always shout out her channel. I think I do. Like I've told people to. I put it even in my community page. I think I put her link to her channel. I don't know if I forget sometimes. I'm running out of ideas of what to cook. I made a potato hash, and you know what, Remy? Go on YouTube and type in quarantine recipes. There's so many channels that are doing quarantine recipes with things that you have in your house now. I've been doing that too lately because I'm like, we don't even get a break from going out anywhere. Hi, Jennifer. Scottish Stacy. She's been up on my panel before. She's got you know, she's got quite a following on her channel. She's a young girl, very, very, very pretty girl. I have a hard time understanding her when she talks really fast because she's Scottish and she's got that Scottish, real thick Scottish accent. So sometimes I have to really listen to what she's saying, especially if she's talking fast or she's upset. You have to work out your channel to get your 1,000 subscribers. Just saying. You have to work at your channel. Yeah, that's true. And then you get people, that like to come in and smoke weed every day. Peace out to all going to. I didn't understand that, but whatever. Okay, bye, enter. I've checked out many of the channels for the recipes, but my family is eating me out of house and home. Well, there's only two of us here, so pretty much we have different tastes. Like last night, he had salmon and he made me taste it. And I hate salmon. I hate any kind of fish that is really fishy tasting, and I find salmon real fishy. So I took a little taste of it, and I just didn't like it. So he's been eating a lot of salmon and fish, and I like chicken. I like dark meat chicken. He likes light meat, like breast. I don't know. I just like I like everything that's not healthy. Let's face it. So, hi Tatum. How are you, sweet girl? So yesterday was quite the that's why I wasn't sure if I was going to go on today because I didn't want to see any conflict today. Hi, live, love, laugh. Why don't you have a wrench, live, love, laugh? There you go. I kind of like to have my people have wrenches in here so they're protected. Even Remy. Remy, do you want to give us a recap? Or you don't do that in the morning? I was like I was listening. Here's what I did to go to sleep last night. I listened to this channel on YouTube. It's called Let's Read, and it's this guy, and he's got the most soothing voice ever. So I was listening to his stories. He just tells stories. It's a storytelling channel, and he tells stories, but they're all spooky stories. I don't have one. I've been missing everything. I don't know. You want to come up and talk then? There you go. Live, laugh, love. I'm sorry. I didn't give you. I don't know why I didn't give you a wrench. Should have. I kind of want the people that come in here to have a wrench eventually. You know, that's what that way I know who you are. Hi, Pop Drama. How are you? Eventually have make sure that everybody has, that comes in here regularly has a wrench. That way, you could have discussions with each other and nobody can block the other one and blah 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 blah. Because I don't know. And it's quite possible I'll take everybody's wrench away again and then just give wrenches back one by one. I'm like weird like that. Sorry. Oh, do you watch it too, Maui Michelle? Oh my gosh, I do too. The guy doesn't that guy have the best voice ever? He has the best voice for if you want to go to sleep and listen to his stories because they're all creepy stories. Like yesterday, the stories were about home repair people, you know, bad stories, horror stories. So it's pretty good. I think people submit stories into him and he just reads them. But he's got the best voice ever. If you guys want to go to sleep, like without taking a sleeping pill, go to his channel because I shouldn't say that because he's probably going to hate that I said that. But he has the best soothing voice ever. I always like fall asleep to his channel. Hi, Jojo. Jojo, Jojo, Jojo. Carla looks so pretty in black. Works with her hair color. Thank you, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, everybody. Jennifer had such good news. Her friend in California, is it, Jennifer? Um, Her friend has recovered from the coronavirus. I won't say any more than that because that's your story, but I was so happy for her and she was so relieved. So, yeah. So everybody, I guess prayer does work, you know, but I was very, very happy for her. He's a doctor. So he works with patients with that virus. So, yeah, that was good news for her, and I'm very happy about. Now I'm curious about his channel, Let's Read. Yeah, you just have to type in "Let's Read," and well, it depends on what kind of stories you like. It's not love stories or anything. It's all creepy stories. Like it's like, and there's like themes. Like yesterday was repairman stories, and another time, and his voice, he's got the best voice ever, like the best voice ever. But what I do at night sometimes is I turn on his channel, and it just, a lot of times it's just like it's short stories too, so you don't, you can hear the whole, you don't get bored with it. Let's just say that. But yeah, but they're all creepy stories. They're all creepy stories. So if you're living by yourself, you might not want to watch it. Love spooky stories. It's soothing. I do too. I like horror movies and spooky stories and stuff like that. So like he had one that was all about the dark web. Like all the short stories were all about the dark web. He had one that was all about staying home, like Home Alone stories. You know, he had one that was babysitting stories. It was like there's always a theme. Oh, thank you, Joanne. I don't think so, but thank you for saying that. Fuck love stories, Jennifer Lynn. Yeah, I don't listen to love stories either. I'm like into the like spooky, and they're not like, like when you watch a gory movie, like see the gore and guts, and you don't. It's just listening. It's listening, and so you have to make up the images in your head of what you're seeing. So it's kind of cool. I don't know. You subscribed, Remy? I don't know. I don't want to scare anybody, but some of the stories are kind of really will make you think. Like I don't listen to them when I'm home alone completely. Like if my husband's gone hunting or something, no, I don't listen to them because some of them are really creepy. Thanks, Joanne and everyone. I don't get to see him often. About twice a year, he comes into town and we always go to dinner. Jennifer, by the way, I had to say this. I had no idea you only lived like less than 20 miles away from me. I would have let you have my car to use if I known that. I would have gone to your house, given you my car, and had you drive me back home. I mean, my car is only a Kia Soul, but I was amazed. I thought she's that close. We definitely have to do lunch and gossip about YouTube. Jennifer like lives so close to me. I know I'm not a stalker. I know. And if I'd have known that, I would have let you use my car when your car was out of whack. I would have gone to your house, made you drive me home. Hello, I can't even say that name. I'm going to call you Barky. Hello, Barky. I know, but if I'd known that you were that close, if I'd known you were that close, I would have definitely like, let you use it for that week because I don't need it. Like I'm not working, so I don't need it every day. I mean, it's nice to have, and I definitely don't need it now. But that is so super sweet, Carla. Well, but I didn't know she lived that close. Like I had no idea. Get this, I have to get tire fixed now. It has a screw in it. Oh God, Jennifer. Jesus. If you didn't have bad luck, you didn't have any luck. Lord. You have to replace the tire, they're just gonna repair it. I was terrible in my driving lessons. I gave up. Jojo, you don't drive? I don't think I could drive in England. I would be so messed up because you guys, your steering wheels are on the opposite side as ours. So I would be like so messed up. Hi, Lady K. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I was just like talking to myself as usual because I'm an idiot. Jojo, is Stacy okay? I was just mentioning her because no, Carla, I got my bike. I was bad. A motorcycle? You got a motorcycle? I always wanted a motorcycle when I was like a teenager. I wanted to have my own motorcycle, if you can believe it. I have got, I don't know, something bit me last night. Now that the weather's getting warm, we're getting like bugs. My luck is terrible. It can be patched. The tires are only a year old. Oh my goodness. Jennifer, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you good luck. I'm sending you good luck. But we definitely have to get together for lunch sometime. Definitely. Being that we live this close. She's she's taking a break, Carla. She's okay. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Sometimes people need to take a break from YouTube. Sometimes it gets like I'm so stubborn. Like even when it's getting really hard for me, I just push through. I just push through. Hey, two tacos and a chihuahua. I was gonna say there's my voodoo gal, but I was joking, joking. No, you're not into that. I was joking. Remy says, Jennifer, all-wheel drive. You can plug it for cheap. Jalen, did you? I was just joking, two tacos. I think you're hilarious. You get the guarantee warranty. Huh. So I had a problem getting on D Live. Well, I think I'm on D Live now because I wanted to watch Molly on there, but I wasn't sure if it was a replay or not. Does it say replay? Because I really don't know how D Live works. Because I know Molly's not on YouTube anymore, but she's on D Live. So I wanted to go in there and say hello and stuff, and it wouldn't let me. It would not let me. So I guess when it's not live, you can't type in the chat. I don't know. Does anybody know how it works in there? Anybody? I like the fact that you can listen to music or they can play music and stuff on there because it makes it more interesting. Here, if you play music, they'll give you a strike. I think you get a strike. I'm not sure if you even get a strike or they just pull your video. D Live confuses me too. Like I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to like navigate it a little bit. Well, the only one I wanted to go see was Molly, and that's why I even got it. So, oh, you can still type in the chat. I didn't know because I typed hello and I didn't know where to hit the send at. She won't see it until she logs on. Oh, okay. So is it just go like one after another? Like does it just or does it is it like YouTube? It just downloads one and then I don't know how it works. I really don't. What did Jennifer say? I really need a new one, but trying to hold off until my kids are graduated. I pay almost $600 a month for their tuition. Um, yeah, $600 a month is all. Do you still, how's that work? Are they giving you a discount for all this stuff, Jennifer? All this that's going on now because they can't really go to school now, so they're missing out. So they should give you like a at least a discount. They're getting one of the best educated educations in the state. It's worth it to me. Right. And it's not like you're wasting your money, you know, on drugs or your booze or, like some people. I have to go to work. Boo. 2 tacos is a riot. I'm gonna sneeze in a minute. I swear to God, my allergies are like off the hook. They're getting one of the best educate. Oh man, I reread your comment. Wow. Um. So, anyways, what I did. Oh my God, you should see my block list. I went into a certain chat and blocked a shit pile of people. Like, I mean, like a lot of people I am not seeing because I don't need that stuff. I really don't. Our, you're a great mother. It will pay you at the end with gratitude and happiness. Jennifer is a great mother. And I know that for a fact in real life. So, Jennifer, and here's another one. Jennifer and I have had our issues together, but we got past it and we're fine now. I think people need to like grow up on here and just like if you really can't be okay with someone, just move on from them. Just move on from them, ghost them. If they're going to blackmail you for any reason, then you know what? It's going to say more about them than it is you. So, um, that's all I got to say about that. Hey, sweet wheat. How are you? I really wasn't. I was trying to sneak on actually because I didn't schedule this. I was going to sneak on and see if just only a few people would show up. It was an interesting live yesterday. I don't think it was very productive. I think it was counterproductive, to be honest with you. I think some people just need to like not even discuss each other. And I know that's what Blue Topaz is trying to do. Hey, 180. How's my buddy? How's my buddy in the wheelchair? Are you rolling? Are you tripping? Are you are you tripping yet? I'm not the asshole people make. No, you're not. Even your email that you were kind of pissed off at me wasn't like a nasty email. Hey, the farm. The farm. So does anybody want to come up? Speak now. I know I get people on my panel that people hate all the time. There's only one person I really don't want on my panel for a while. Let's say for a while. And that's because I got so much flack for that. So, but it's not you, 180, someone else. Carly, you done your best. The rest is up. Well, that's what I muted myself on purpose because I wanted them to just squash it, but it didn't work out that way. So I tried. 180's not tripping balls. Does your Wi-Fi work? None of my business. Guess what, guys? Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at this. I don't know if I told you guys this, but oh my God, these notifications are driving me freaking crazy. Ah, can you hear that? I don't know if I told you guys this. My husband made himself a mohawk because we FaceTime with our grandkids. So they dared him. Keep in mind, he has to go to work every day. So, so he did a mohawk And then they dared him because he's got gray hair, so it's light. So then they dared him to dye it blue. So he Googled how to do it, and I guess you put food coloring and conditioner together, and you put it in your hair, and then you put a shower cap. Well, he went to the store, and the only shower cap he could find was a pink one. So he put it in his hair, and now my husband, my 60-year-old husband, has a mohawk that's blue. Hilarious. So if we had to go out in public, I would pretend I didn't know him. Anybody wonder what Carla's hubby looks like? Or am I the only one? Jennifer, you can go on my channel. I think he's still there might be a picture on there. You know where my channel is. There might be a picture of him on there. And if not, I'll send you a picture of what he looks like. But well, you can't tell anybody though, because he absolutely will never, you'll never see him on camera here. Like you might hear him in the background, but you'll never see him on camera. Yeah, we did actually. He made me take a picture. He took a picture of the front and the back, and I took a picture of the sides. And then he sent them to all the grandkids to show them that he did it. He actually took the bet and did it. But it's fading now. I guess the food coloring doesn't stay in your hair very long. So he has to shower every day. So like we all do. So it's fading. I've had a blue mohawk. Well, it actually turned out kind of like an aqua color because it kind of faded. Like, but I liked the color. I just thought it was hilarious that he did it because he came downstairs. Like, I had no idea that he was going to do it. And like, he puts this pink shower cap on, and I'm like, what are you doing? He said, I told you I was going to do this. So I asked him yesterday, I said, well, what did everybody at work say? And he goes, they laughed. They thought it was funny. They can't be, and they all have their separate offices. So they just saw him from, a distance. But yeah, it was funny. It's funny. I don't have the guts to have a mohawk. Nope. Your hair is really long. He's bad. His daughter said, Dad, you are the coolest grandpa ever. Like, you are the coolest. So she was like thrilled about him. Like, she wasn't ashamed. She's showing everybody. Yes, you are. You are 180. You certainly are. Anybody that wants to come up that I know, and I like, that's not a troll, come on up. Tell me what you think of my story. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was. Like, come on. Who does that? Only my husband. So yesterday, across the street, there was guys working. There's like across the street from us, there's condos. And they have like people that do the yard work there, I guess, for all of the condos. None of those guys were wearing masks, and it's supposed to be mandatory here in Pennsylvania to wear masks now when you go out. So I had to go, and they're right across the street, like not very far. They park where they park from my house. So I had to go check the mail yesterday. So I'm like wearing a mask and I'm holding my breath because none of these guys were wearing masks. That's funny. The pink shower cap makes it even better. I know, but like the pink shower cap was better than like, I don't know if we threw it out because we wanted to show the kids the pink shower cap. Hey, Super Cereal. So yeah, that was kind of funny. It was hilarious actually. When I saw what it looked like after he took, because he had tried it before and it just washed out. But when he left it on overnight, it stayed in because I guess the longer you leave it, the he tried to do a little piece with me, but my hair is too dark, so it wouldn't show. Plus, I didn't leave it in very long. I washed it out right away. I don't want blue hair. That'll come soon enough. That'll come soon enough. The blue-haired old lady. We are all Mojo Joe. We all are Mojo. What did Mojo say? Oh, I gotta turn the heat off. It's freaking hot in here every day. I don't know why he turns it up to 68 every morning. He turns up the heat. I was thinking I was going to sneeze earlier, but I didn't. So does anybody want to come up and talk to me? Are you going to a funeral? No. I'm just wearing black. Black makes me look skinnier. And I'm getting kind of porky lately. I made homemade bread yesterday too. Like I made homemade bread. It turned out really good too. Like really good. I should show you guys what it turned out like. Maybe I will. I'll show you. It's wrapped up, but there's my homemade bread. It turned out really good. Now listen, guys, if I wasn't in quarantine, there's no way I'd be making homemade bread. There's no way. But because I'm not a homemade bread person. But I got a mix. My husband got a mix at a Sam's Club, and it's the Red Lobster biscuits. You know those what do you call it? What do you call those? Cheesy garlic biscuits. So I might try that. I'm gonna make homemade soup with that ham bone I have. So I might make biscuits just for something to eat with it. I've never cooked so much in all my life. To be honest with you, I'm getting sick of cooking. I'm craving to go out for dinner somewhere. I can't find. I had yeast. Yeah, and my husband, I didn't know if it would work because it's so old. And my husband went to the store, so I asked him to buy yeast. He said he couldn't find it. So I decided I'd try and use it and see if it worked, and it worked. So I guess it stays good for a long time. I had yeast in that yeast in a jar, that fast rising yeast. Oh, there's 180. Hey, guy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What are you doing up this early, young man?
I power napped a couple of times, and here I am.
Oh, wow. Thank you for coming up.
No problem.
So what's up with you?
I'm just being a panel whore.
Oh, you're a panel whore. I heard that you were a panel. Did you not win an award for that?
I did last week.
Wow, I'm so proud. I'm
I
so
know.
proud of
I'm
you.
so proud. I missed out on a bunch of others, but I
Did
was
you?
nominated for at least a couple more, I think, but
Oh,
didn't get them.
you didn't get them, but you got
I
panel
know.
whore.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. At least you
Yeah.
got something.
Whatever it takes.
Uh-huh. So what do you hope? What do you strive for now?
Um.
The meanest troll?
No.
The best troll?
No.
Um, I don't know. I can't even think of what.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try for jerk this time.
Oh, jerk. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't think you're not going to win that one. Sorry.
I get nominated, but I just can't seem to win it.
Well, who nominated you?
Marianne.
Oh, Marianne did. Oh, so when are you guys getting married?
Well, we're going to see where this corona takes us.
Oh, okay. But yeah, and I hear that I heard through the grapevine on YouTube that
Mm-hmm.
Marianne would never date anyone in a wheelchair.
Well, yeah,
But I consider
yeah,
the source. So I
yeah.
think,
Jealousy
yeah,
is an
maybe
evil
she
bitch.
wants, maybe she wants you. Maybe the person that said that wants you. Hey, Dova. Hey, Dova. So what are you going to do today?
Let's see.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna,
Are you going to jog 5 miles?
I'm gonna mow the yard. I'm gonna paint the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's interesting.
tidy some things up. Yeah, and I'm gonna train for my marathon.
Or marathon. Oh, are
Yeah,
you doing that in your wheelchair or you're just actually running?
I'm just gonna get up out of the wheelchair and just start
Oh,
running.
okay. Yeah, I thought that because you're not really in the real wheelchair. So
Right,
I've heard.
right,
And you're not in pain. So I've heard.
right.
Did
I'm not
you
in pain
ever
either.
find that PayPal link? I was gonna put that link in here, your PayPal link, but you never give it to me. And you can give it to me privately and I could post it. Um,
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
I got an email saying that I could get that stuff like on a discount for some reason. I don't know why. I've never had it. Is
What
that the
stuff?
stuff that is it CBD oil?
CBD.
Oil?
Yeah.
CBD oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got an email saying great discount on the CBD oil.
Uh,
I don't know how much it costs, but
not
180.
all are created equal. Just be careful.
The farm says 180 drives a huge tractor on the farm, people.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could drive a tractor. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I've been trolling y'all this entire time. I'm not even sick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
The lady that comes, that's my nurse. That's actually my mom.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
oh.
I still live at home, but I'm living like in the back in the shed. So I'm also a shed boy, and I'm an incel, and I'm a coward, and I'm a beta,
Can you
and what
you
else?
can you tell me why you hold people hostage?
Yeah, I'm holding someone hostage right now, in fact, and
Where are they? Where are you holding them hostage?
in my shed.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
it was in maybe Ash 274's trunk.
yeah,
So
yeah. So apparently, I'm. Where do people come up with this shit?
I don't know. I've never heard any. Some of this is the first thing I've heard. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and Shed Boy over there is gonna call the cops on me because I'm blackmailing Marianne and Ash 274, so that's why they're too scared. Uh,
Ash 274 is not scared of anybody. I'm sorry to say.
yeah, well, Shed Boy says a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he was drunk again last night. Did you notice?
Didn't watch it.
Or early
I
this
don't.
morning? I got it. He likes to dirty delete, but I got it.
Well, well, I'm learning more about you every day. Every time you come up here, I learn more about you
Right? Yeah, I can't be loved because
because you're in a wheelchair.
I'm
Nobody
disabled,
can love people in
and
a wheelchair.
apparently because I'm a troll, I can't also be disabled. But
Did,
there's
did wait a minute, and I have to say this because did somebody call you a quadriplegic?
yeah. So Laura called me a quadriplegic because Dave said so.
Said you were a quadriplegic. Okay.
Dave, the person who hasn't ever
But
told
wait a
the
minute, wait a
truth.
minute. Did she know what a quadriplegic was, or was she
I don't think she understands what it is.
okay?
I think she
Because there
thinks
is a difference
quadriplegic
between
is
a
paraplegic.
quadriplegic and a
Right.
paraplegic.
Right. She's thinking the quad is a para. So that's why she wants to know if my PP works because my legs don't work.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
But then she says there's nothing wrong with me. So which is it? Either I'm a paraplegic or there's nothing wrong with me. Why do you keep flip flopping? I thought you were this top fucking investigator. Like, you know your shit, right? Then how come you can't figure this out? How come you
Well,
can't
maybe
figure this out, Laura? Huh? It's because you're fucking stupid, Laura. You're
maybe
fucking dumb.
maybe she needs to put it on her whiteboard to figure it out. You know?
The one that's, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The one no one can see is just symbols.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
hieroglyphics.
and actually, I haven't seen it. Someone told me that there was a whiteboard and there was symbols, but I had seen someone else do a whiteboard on their lives. So I think she stole that from that person. I'll just,
Ben made a comment in this little chat while he was drunk, and he said, let me read it. Let me read it to you. It's hilarious. He says here, the fat boy, I'm sending the cops after tomorrow, which will end your relationship with Hello Starlet. Like, Marianne's not like a trinket or something. Like, it's not a piece of property, you goofy butthole.
okay, here's
What
the
the?
thing I told Ben, and I told him this in private. You cannot make someone like you or love you. You can't force that person. If they don't have feelings for you, you're not going to force it on them. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean they have to feel that way. And that's okay. But
Here's another shocker. She's never said anything even remotely close to anything that will make him even think that. Ever.
well, I think people think that she fucked with his brain because she started going in his lives. And I don't think that was her intention. I think her intention was to just like help him to move on from her. So, but
We have tried every angle with that incel and nothing works. Nothing. He's still the same weird, stalkery, shitty person.
I honestly don't know what an incel is. I'm gonna have to Google that word.
It means involuntarily celibate. Nobody wants to fuck him.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's 45 years old. He's a virgin. He just said when he was drunk last night, sex is the most important thing. No, it's not. It's only important if you've never had it. Stop being an incel. Go get a hooker, dude. Go spend $20, get a blowjob, and fucking stop this bullshit. God, it's I just can't understand how so many people still encourage this bullshit. It's
Well,
fucking stupid.
how long has it been that him and Marianne were? Well, they were never an item, but I don't
How long
think.
did they talk and chat? Like 2 months, maybe, of which he's the one that did most of the talking because he's crazy.
See, I don't know about all that. What went on there? I know that he went out. He broke away from Laura, and then he went on. He went from one side to the other side, and then people are mad and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know the whole
He
story.
does everybody the same exact way, but for some reason he's hung up on Marianne. But he treats everyone exactly the same. When he starts on this message campaign where he gets, give me your email, give me your Facebook, give me your Hangouts, and he just plastered you with 10, 15, 20,000 messages, and that's not an exaggeration. He does it to everybody.
I
He's
know when he
so
was mad at me.
he's so desperate for pussy. I mean, he's desperate
Well, not with me. I mean, it
with
was
anybody.
no,
With
no, 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 no,
give
no. He
him
was
a half
mad.
a second. Give him half a second, Carl. He'll be all over you.
Oh God, please.
Oh, can you imagine, Carla?
No,
Oh,
uh,
Ben
no.
with
I'm
this
just saying that
12-year-old body. Oh,
he was really mad at me one time, and I think he started messaging me at like it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I kid you not, there might have been 100 messages in there, like one
I
right after
mean, you would
another.
think
He was
more
mad.
people would be interested in the fact that he's never had any before. You can actually get a virgin. Go out there, girls. Knock them out.
he really a virgin though?
Yes.
You're not 45 years old and a virgin. I kind of not believing that.
He's totally a virgin.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I like Ben. I feel bad for him because I think he's mentally ill and he's
What gave you that idea, Carla?
well, the way he turns on people, like I think he's like I'm bipolar, so I can spot this stuff. But the way he turns on people, it's just
Mojo, Ben turns on you every fucking chance he gets. Stop taking up for him. God. He treats you like dog shit, Mojo.
yeah, he has said some horrible things to her, like saying that she's a bad mother. Like, yeah. He said some bad things to me, like in private though. He said he wished that I would have nothing but pain for the rest of my life. And I forgave him because, well, whatever. And he said bad things about Mary. Why is it okay for him to say what he said, according to those people, but not okay for you to say what you say? You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean. And I would never say what you said, by the way. But
what? I hope
why
you
did
get corona.
Yeah, I would never say that to anybody.
Well, I wouldn't say it to anyone unprovoked.
I know that. But why is it okay for him to say what he said about Marianne?
Well, because they coddling. Because he's a baby.
But he's not a baby. He's a
He's just
45-year-old man.
He's just a little baby. Yeah, he's a little snowflake. There's snowflakes everywhere. I am so shocked at the fact that there are so many snowflakes in my age range, and I'm thinking, where the fuck did you grow up that you're such a pussy?
Well, I'm a snowflake.
It doesn't count for you, okay? It just
okay.
doesn't count.
All
I'm
right.
talking about men. I'm talking about men who
Oh, man.
have no fucking balls, okay? Zero balls. Like,
Yeah, there's a few. But then there's a few that are like not afraid to say what they think, like you. You say exactly what you think. But you don't go, and you're right, and you don't go after people that don't start first.
Truth's over there going, can you believe what he said about me? Tracy,
Well,
you said
you
I
know
wasn't
what?
sick, so I hope you know.
She said she doesn't start with people, but how many times did she come in here when you were on my panel and started with you and started with me saying that she can't believe who's on my panel and that whose business is it?
It's because she doesn't have anything better to do. She pulls up shit from months ago. Do you see what Marianne said about me? That's months ago, dum dum. Let's stay in the current. Let's stay right now.
Exactly.
What are you doing right now other than bitching every time you go live? What are you doing right now?
Right. I think that doesn't she have a Patreon now? A Patreon.
Oh, she's gonna start her own community of miserable
a join
bitches.
button and all that.
Can you
They
imagine?
asked me if I wanted that. I'm not going to go for that. I don't know what that. You had to offer people stuff for that. I don't know.
Imagine a whole community of miserable bitches. Can you imagine that?
Well,
It's gonna be Laura 2.0.
Have you seen that channel yet called Wrenches? It's called Wrenches.
No, I heard about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, somebody sent me the link to it, and I watched it, and I was like, "Whoa, what is going on?" And like they made such a big deal about me being a mole in Laura's Discord. Well, it turns out she's got more than one mole in there.
Oh, she's got like 5 moles, I bet.
I hate that word too, by the way. I let someone listen to 2 phone calls. Wow.
She just needed someone to bitch at for the moment, and then that same day, some shit was leaked from her Discord. So I was like, ah, yeah. So see, yeah. So
yeah. And that person that's leaking it, Tracy won't turn on them. So she's like the person that I let listen to the phone call. I knew was gonna turn on me. That's why I said,
Did you hear Tracy on her live? I think it was yesterday. Where she's like, she was arguing with Laura about how, you know, she's such a flip flopper. She flips and flops like a fish.
Who does? Tracy?
Tracy, it's so crazy because she says that she doesn't do any of these things, and she does all the things that she says she's not doing.
Oh, like when she
And
said she was never trolling? She was never a
yeah,
troll?
never has trolled. She's never trolled. Okay. She said yesterday that Laura told her either not to tell her when something, I don't know, like communicate with her. And Tracy, you know what? I'm gonna quit talking about it. I'm gonna quit talking about it because they're both
All right.
just so stupid, incredibly stupid. There's like three brain cells between both of them, like
Well, I used to
one
like
and a half
Tracy.
brain cells for each person there. So yeah, three. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't
gonna be.
watch that
I
stuff
think I'm. I
anymore.
think. I think I'm gonna bring her on your channel. I apologize. It's
No,
just.
that's okay.
It's
That's
just
okay.
the
It's gonna
flip.
happen anyways. No matter what I do, I'm damned. Like I'm damned all the time. So it doesn't matter what I do. Who comes up here, they find fault with me all the time. So look at doesn't matter. I'm a flip flopper. I'm the biggest flip flopper on YouTube.
Yeah.
At least
Okay.
I found people that I really like and that are fun, that actually have fun on YouTube. Like when I was over there, I don't think I ever had fun. So whatever, you know, it is what it is. So I'm a flip flopper. Maybe I'll win the award.
No. There's a lot of people coming at you, Carla. There's a lot
That's
of
okay.
people just coming at you and coming at you and whatever. It's all bullshit. You know that.
You know what though, 180? The more
But
they come at me, the more subs I get. Like I can't understand it. And I get like really horrible comments and a lot of thumbs down. But then I look at my sub count and it's like it's going up. I was like, thank you very much for building my channel for
yeah,
me.
right. Well, they're doing that to me too. They're like, oh, just 180 and every bad thing in the world, 180, every bad thing in the world, whatever's, whatever the current heuristic thread is, it's 180. I'm still getting subs too. I'm not even streaming.
It's like weird. It's so weird. To me, it's weird, but whatever. And then she says I built my channel on her. Like, wow. I barely mention her, actually, the person that's a color. I barely mention her. But and while she's doing a stream with my name in the title, she's telling me to keep her name out of my mouth. Like, okay, you're my boss. Who made you the queen? Who made you the boss of me?
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Ems. Look how they
it's
treated Ems on that
well,
side.
I know. You,
Treated
you
her.
have you have to think to yourself if what they did in public, what the fuck were they doing in private?
Right.
Because they
Yep.
were pretty harsh in public.
Right.
It was bad.
Well, and they deny it, but I'm sure things were going on. And I'm sure even when I was in Patreon, and this is probably there was probably chats going on that I never
Well,
knew about.
it's kind of like that holier than thou John Crimes over there on his cross. He's a martyr. He's dying for everyone's sins over there. He says that he doesn't dox people in just a couple weeks, 2, 3, like right before Corona took off. He had doxed some poor lady's mugshot record with all her information in it and a thumbnail to a video. What kind of piece of shit is that? And then claiming that she's stalking him. Are you serious? You're a grown man. Shut the fuck up and tuck your pussy back up in there.
What? Oh, I don't know anything about that because honestly, I didn't know who John Crimes was before all this. Like, I think I had heard Ems mention she was friendly with him, but that's all I knew about him. I thought he did crime and only crime and do no drama. And like he seems to be right in there with all the drama with Tiffany Marie and Makeup Mobster and all of them.
He's a piece of absolute shit. on the bottom of your shoe. He's not worth anybody's time, and he harasses women, and he gets off to it. Why would you
What?
support? Why would anybody support that?
Well, I think what they did to Ams was terrible. Like, and I'm not trying to bring anything on her because they did enough to her. You know, they were on me about letting someone listen into, you know, 2 phone calls in Laura's Patreon or Discord, and yet they played a whole friggin' phone call of M's on their live. Like,
So this is what
me,
they did. This is what their goal was, right? Because this is just basic psychology, right? Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, yeah, okay. And I'm not. I'm just saying. They tried to publicly destroy M's by making this display of bullshit, cutting her down. But the opposite happens. People rally towards that
yeah,
because they
rallied
know
around
that
her.
those are the MM and John, both shitty people. Everyone knows they're shitty. You know, they don't have a large following. It's just a hate group, mob mentality. You know, I mean,
Yeah, you just have to go read like their comments, like and and I'm sorry, but I just can't listen to Tiffany Marie. I just can't. I don't know. You know how you can't listen to certain people, like it just bothers your ears? When she starts talking, I have to.
oh, I think it's funny that when you trigger her, she starts to talk really fast, so that lisp comes out. Oh my god, it's like
Oh
she had
no,
two tongues, man. I love that
I don't
shit.
know. But I married with her and Diane. That was funny as hell. That was so funny. Like, what the hell was she trying to prove by that?
She was
Like,
talking, she was thinking so slowly. I'm thinking to myself, are you fucking medicated or something? Because she goes, Diane's like, what world do you live in? And she's like, delusional?
yeah, I thought
Like,
that was so
how honest are we
hilarious.
being? Or are you, how far behind on the conversation are you right now?
That was
Jesus
so
Christ.
funny. When she said delusional, I thought, are you talking about yourself being
Are you
delusional?
yeah, is this where we're at? You're admitting it finally, you're delusional?
You admitted it finally. Because that's what it sounded like to me when she said, what kind of world are you living in? She said delusional. And then she was like going on about how Diane talks all the time about Oni. I no, I don't hear her talk about him every day. She came in to gaslight Diane, wanted to make her seem crazy to discredit her. Yeah, well, it didn't work too good, Ems.
Tiffany hates it when I call her a skank.
Does
Apparently
she?
that is the one word
Oh my
that's
God.
that gets her going.
Laura called me a whore. Like, I thought that was funny. Like, she called me a whore. Like, okay, Laura. I was pole
Uh,
dancing when I was 20.
the only thing she has to come at me with is he's not even in a wheelchair. That's all you have on me? I don't have a criminal record. You dox the shit out of me. What's gonna happen now? Are cops gonna come? Am I gonna get a
Wait.
welfare check?
Is she going to do a whiteboard of your family tree?
It, she's already gone up my family tree.
But I mean, is she going to do like a family tree of you, like actually on a whiteboard?
Well, she's already talked about it. How she made a connection between my family and Marianne's.
Oh my God,
She's
now it's
already
incest.
crawling up my family tree looking for something to get me on.
Jennifer, you whore,
You know how
Carla.
fucking silly that is?
Hey, Gingerlock's mom. Yeah, I know. And anybody that likes you is like automatically on a blacklist on YouTube. So
Why am I the worst person down here?
I
I don't
have
even
no
do
idea.
anything to people.
Even when I wasn't even on your side, I didn't think you were a bad person. I thought it was kind of rude when you called every Patreon a see you
See you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, I'm
But I
sorry
said,
you took it
no,
that
well,
way.
no, I didn't. I'm fine, but
Well,
you know,
the
I
current Patreon.
actually
Oh, go ahead.
understand. I understand it now. Like,
You understand it now, okay? Well,
yes, I do now.
just here, and let me. The current Patreons are total see you next Tuesdays, 100%.
But I did understand what you said when you said, why would anybody pay? They're freaking idiots if they pay someone to
Yeah,
be in that.
you pay someone, get doxxed and harassed, and then the people who are being blamed have nothing to do with it. How's that for shit?
Right.
Yeah, welcome to YouTube.
Yeah, I was a Patreon, but she treats all her Patreons well. Well, yeah, okay. Even ex-Patreons. Yet they were in their Discord calling me Chucky. Well, okay, Laura, that
Chuck,
shows
look,
respect.
like I wouldn't even be offended at the Chucky comment,
Oh,
to be
I'm
honest,
not. I'm
because
not. I think
Chucky's a
that's
badass
fun.
that terrorizes people.
I
Okay.
know. I want to get one of those, one of those Chucky masks, and I know I'm going to come on with one of those fake knives and go,
Right.
"Here's Chucky." One of these days, I will do that because he's got like scars across his face and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And meanwhile, you know, has she even gone on camera lately?
Who's that?
Laura.
Hmm.
Last couple of
Oh,
times I slipped in there. I said, yes, Laura, I slipped in there.
maybe she has some extra water weight that she doesn't want to show.
And said she'd die laughing if I get a mask. I actually saw it, I was going to get one of those Chucky dolls and have them as my mascot, but they're freaking over $100. I'm not paying that much for a Chucky doll. So does anybody else want to come up and yell at 180 and tell 180 that he's not really in a wheelchair?
Yeah, you want to tell me that I'm not actually sick and stuff, and I'm just fine.
Yeah. Anybody else
I'm
want to
just
come
here
up and tell
to troll and stuff.
he's faking it just
Yeah.
for sympathy?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah,
He's faking it.
yeah. Like I want someone's sympathy. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you, I'm in a wheelchair. I don't give a fuck what you think about it.
Yeah, really.
Move on.
Actually, I didn't even know you were in a wheelchair, for the longest time.
I wasn't
Because
even in a wheelchair until just recently. This is
Okay,
a
well,
recent event.
I
So
never knew.
well, see,
I
a
knew
year.
I knew that you had, or people said that you had MS. And
So
I know,
I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't.
well, here's the thing. My husband worked with a woman that had MS, and she would have flare-ups. Like sometimes she would be okay. She could walk around and be fine. And then it would flare up and she couldn't. So nobody knows really. I think MS is kind of a mysterious disease. But so what if you self-diagnose? Like we all
Uh,
self-diagnose ourselves.
what this is but what I haven't. Well, I don't talk about it enough, but the funny thing about my self-diagnosis is no one seems to even recognize that I'm already sick and the MS is the extra shit that's happening. That's what they're not paying attention to.
Right.
I'm already sick, but this MS is like the extra. And this MS bothers me more than my original problem.
Right. Is it close to really bad arthritis?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I have rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay, you have that.
Yeah, so
It is painful.
it's a degenerative disease where it eats away at your body and your organs and your nerve linings. It eats away at your body, kind of like acid. Okay, so then you start having symptoms of diseases of all kinds of shit. Like you think
Right.
you have all kinds of shit, you whatever.
Hmm.
So the lining of my nerves, the sheathing that's the myelin or whatever the fuck it's called, that's covering the nerve is being dissolved. My body's attacking the covering. That's causing um, pinpricks. It's exposing the nerve, which is causing misfires, which is causing the symptoms that I'm having.
Ginger Log's mom says I have that 180.
Yeah, so it's something
So
that will.
what's really
Yeah.
irritating is when you know how you feel and someone tells you that's not true. Like that would piss me off. It would really piss me off. And it pisses you off. I know it does. And it pisses, well, you don't give a shit, okay? But it pisses your friends off. I know it pisses
It
Amanda
pisses
Lynn
other
off.
people off more than it pisses me
It
off.
pisses Hello
Because
Starlight off.
I was raised by a narcissist who to this very day is still trying to destroy my character. So for someone else like Laura or some of these other narcissistic bitches here on YouTube that fucking hate everybody, they want to tear me down. You have to wait in line because my dad's already been doing that to me. You gotta wait. Wait till he dies and then someone else fucking take up his fucking position. This ain't my first rodeo, stupid.
Well, she's a weirdo anyway, so I
Narcissists are
shouldn't say that because
stupid.
I'm gonna have a live named after me called "Fuck You, Carla. You're a fucking liar." Oh, like something like that. It'll be something, and then I'll get 20 more subs because she is going after me. Before I found out my neck was in the condition it was before my surgery, I was misdiagnosed with fibromyalgia after MS was initially suspected. I had a fun 10 years, not.
My mother has symptoms of MS, and she's old now. She's having a really hard time. She's on the verge of going to the nursing home at this point, but she's in her late 70s. And
TL
they
Hodge,
will not give her a diagnosis of what's going on. They are trying to say that it's not MS, even though she has all the classic symptoms of it.
TL Hodge says MS is very hard to get diagnosed, often misdiagnosed a couple of times before they get it right.
My mother can't seem to get it. Like, the diagnosis is not going to change anything in her life other than to give her validation on what the fuck is happening to her, and they won't even do that.
Well, why can they do anything for you? Like, can they give
Not
you
there,
medication?
not really. Not well. The condition she's in, not really. She's really getting bad.
That's sad.
The biggest problem I have is that I need to just try to control the flares because the flares are periods of intense inflammation, right?
Is that what you get?
Yeah, but my flares are big. My body trolls the shit out of me.
So what happened? You're okay, you're in a wheelchair now, but what happened? What was it? You woke up one day and you couldn't stand or you couldn't walk or I mean,
Well, for the last, I guess, 5 years, I've been using a cane, and
yeah.
because I was having trouble, right? I could not walk without a cane. Like, I just could not walk, and I refused to be in a chair, like, because once you get in a chair, it's like you don't ever get out, and I didn't want to get like that, so I refused. And now that I'm looking back, if I would have just bought a chair sooner and took it a little easier, I think I would have been probably in a better position now. But I was being stubborn. But
Right.
I was the this is why I'm pissed off about the doctor thing. Is I was at the doctor and I was having a really bad day. And at the time I didn't know it at the time. I was in the middle of a super flare, and the super flares are they happen every few years to me. I don't know about anyone else, but they are the most extreme flare I think the body can have. It's when your body's trying to kill you. That's a super flare. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill you right now. That's a super flare. And I had one, I didn't realize it. And I went to the doctor and I walked in and I could barely walk. My back was killing me. And I was on 3,000 milligrams of ibuprofen that morning. And I told the doctor, there is something fucking wrong with me. And they said, I'm not pushing myself hard enough. I said, do you not understand what the fuck I'm saying? There's something fucking wrong. And they just blew me off. So A week
Yeah, I
later, I
know
couldn't
that
walk.
feeling, 180. I know that feeling.
Right?
That's happened to me so much.
Yeah. So, and then I'd had a no insurance issue for a while, and then now I'm straight. And now we got Corona. So there we go.
Hey, hey, Carla.
Hey, Ginger Locks mom.
Listening to what you're talking about, I thought I'd join the conversation because I don't have MS, but I have ankylosing spondylitis. And honest to God, for a real long time, I thought I was a hypochondriac.
Is that when your spine curves?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's strange about that? Irish gal said that she got diagnosed with that, and she's actually handicapped, unlike me. I'm like, you dirty, rotten bitch.
She's not
That's
very
nasty
nice.
to say.
Evil, evil, evil.
That's a horrible thing to say. And anybody who's sick and deals with it should know that that's the worst thing that you could do and say about somebody who is suffering. It's not right. I mean, I used to be able to do it. There wasn't anything I couldn't do. Unfortunately, when stuff started to hurt, I got pregnant with my first child. That's where things went like downhill for me, pain wise. And then they misdiagnosed me with myasthenia gravis, put me in ICU, and then started shocking me from head to toe
Mm,
because of some kind of thing that they had to prove. And it didn't work. I didn't have it. I
mm.
didn't think I did. So I put through all that crap just to find out that's something I didn't have.
Okay, so does MS um affect your spine? No, I don't know.
No, it eats away at your
Muscles? Is it your
no, your
muscles?
it's a nerve thing. Your nerves control everything. So once you start having nerve misfires, all kinds of shit can happen in your life. You could have an acid trip one day. You could go deaf. You could go blind. Uh, MS doesn't typically kill you. It just puts your body in a position in which you die easy.
But isn't it true, Ginger Locks mom, that marijuana helps you with the pain?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'm not saying you're a dope freak or anything, but it does help. Because my daughter was in a car accident and
So free
she was prescribed medical marijuana for the
because
pain.
they don't like giving out narcotic
And now she
pills
likes it
anymore.
so much she just says it
yeah.
relaxes her.
Different strains work best. You know, you got to find the strain that works best for you. So you got to
Um,
start doing taste testing. You know,
Is it legal there in
not
New
in
Jersey
Texas.
where
and
I
in
am,
Texas?
yes, I'm legal.
You're lucky. I'm jealous.
It's just you get a card. All the doctors didn't want me on, and I took myself off all my narcotics, and I was on quite a few, and I was kind of zombified for a while, and it makes sense to get. And I was taking what the doctor recommended. I wasn't taking anything more, but it just you need this, but I'm like, I don't want to get addicted. Oh, you won't get addicted. You're dependent. That's a whole different thing.
Hi, Ems.
Yeah, right.
Good
Oh,
morning.
It's
Morning.
addicted and dependent, two different things. Good morning, Ems.
Good morning. So I figured I'd pop up just for a second because MS is, kind of close to my heart because of what I watched my mom go through. And I might be able to explain this a little easier. So when I was about
I'm going to
maybe
put
12
myself on
or
mute. I'm
13,
going to go make up my kids. Hold on.
okay. When I was about 12 or 13, my mom was completely healthy, till I was a teenager. And all of a sudden her head started shaking. And when I say shaking, I mean she would sit there and her head would just shake. It was the weirdest looking thing. So we had thought that when you see someone shaking like that, you start thinking Parkinson's or, all kinds of things. So she ended up going to a doctor. They did a brain scan on her, and she had all these lesions on her brain. They did a spinal tap. They did a bunch of stuff. It was a pretty straightforward MS diagnosis. So the way they explained it to me is, imagine a stereo wire. You know how it has all those like outer layers before you get to like the copper wire? So apparently, well, that's what your nerves are. And MS eats away at those outer layers and it leaves your nerves exposed. And then, they start misfiring.
Wow. And it's painful.
It can be.
So her biggest thing, she would get different symptoms depending on where the lesions were on her brain. She gets a lot of leg pain, and then she ended up getting what's called drop leg. So that ended up putting her in a chair for a while, but she's out of the chair. The drop leg has gone away, and all she does now, so she would give herself an injection for like, oh my gosh, probably like 10 years in the leg. And she ended up ditching those and moved to marijuana. And marijuana is what has helped her more than any medication.
Wow.
Yep.
Did she ever, was she ever bad enough that she ended up in a wheelchair or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was in a chair for, I don't really know how long, a few years. And it was because of that drop leg. But there was even a point where, this was when I was in my 20s, that her vision even went. Well, it didn't go away completely because she sees now, but the way that was explained to me was it just depends on what part of the brain those lesions sit. That controls what type of symptoms you see.
Hey, real quick question. You said she used to give herself an injection like weekly or daily. What was the injection that she gave herself?
Oh, geez. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I know she used to have to keep it in the refrigerator.
Immune suppressors.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, because
Can you guys hear me?
I assume it's
Yes.
immune suppressors.
Can you guys hear Jen?
Hey, Jen.
Yep, I can hear you.
So
I know it was really expensive.
Yeah, immune suppressors. Yeah.
So
The biologics, the immune suppressors, the shots are like depending on the brand, 3 to 5. Some of them are 15,000 a month. Holy shit!
Yeah, they were so expensive, and they would get delivered to her door, and they would come like wrapped in freezer bags, and she would keep them in her fridge, and she had like an auto injector. So realistically, she would load it, and then all she would have to do is just hit a button.
That's what I do with mine. All I gotta do is hit a button, but I give myself it in the leg or in my stomach.
The early years of having to what was not auto was, I would bend the needle half the time and fuck it up, and it was crazy.
I wanted to say, Ems, I didn't realize that your mom
Before
had
the
MS,
auto,
honey.
Syringes,
Yeah, she had a pretty bad case of it, and now she's almost 60 and doing better now than when she first got diagnosed.
That's a really good thing.
I think it's because of the pot, to be honest. The pot, like when she smokes it, you can like watch her head shake less and less. It's weird.
My mom was diagnosed at 21, and I was about.
That's why I can't wait till Texas.
I was about 6 months old, I believe, and by the time I was about 3, I remember being in a Kmart and we were walking, and she would run the cart into the walls, you know what I mean? Like she just had no control over it a little bit, and so she was diagnosed at 21, and then she died at 42. And
Oh,
during that time, she was in a wheelchair by 26. And then by the time she was 30, she was completely blind. And then by the time she ended up dying, she lost all of her feelings. So the sense of touch.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and yes, she was in a wheelchair. She had a Foley bag. My father changed her diapers. Yeah, I grew up that way, and it's made me who I am. And it's hard to find another person who's gone through some of that, you know? So I'm really kind of gravitating towards you a little bit with that story. I appreciate you telling it.
Oh, you're welcome. She was completely normal, had no symptoms until, like I said, I think I was about 13. And so she would have been in, I was late 30s, whatever. And it just came on like a Mack truck. I mean, I feel like, and again, maybe I don't remember it progressing, but I feel like it was like one day she was fine, and then, the next month or whatever, her head just started shaking. And I remember that was the first symptom that I remember seeing.
Right.
And she would just sit, and I used to feel bad because before we knew what it was, I used to call her bobblehead.
Yeah.
And looking back, I'm thinking,
Well, when you're
oh my
little, you
God.
know what I mean? When you're little, that's kind of like your way of coping with things. You know what I mean? You don't really know it.
But not
Yeah,
but
I
not
had no
only
idea.
that, when you're sick and you are the sick person, and you know what, you need some people making jokes. If you can't joke about
Oh,
it,
yeah. My
then-
mom was the funniest person you could meet. She would joke around, you
Yep.
know? She
My
would make
mom
up her own stories when it came to like soap operas, you know, because she couldn't like watch them. She could go by like the music. So she would come up with these things and ask me, you know, is this what's happening? I'm like, not at all.
Aw.
Yeah.
you know, I've been in the hospital quite a few times. Like but I've been put to the point where I've had to learn how to rewalk a couple of times
Yeah.
due to my spine giving out.
Yep.
And for a lot of times I'm like, why am I living this life? I don't want to live this life. And I'm not saying this, like I have it, my channel's a chronic pain most of the time for my channel. And I'm like at a point now that I just don't care it's a part of who I am now. For the longest time, I hated myself for it. There's nothing I can do about it.
Ginger.
No, I mean,
Well, I've seen her
seriously.
really upset in the hospital one time. I broke my heart because there was something going on. I think it was a party or something, and she was in the hospital and she couldn't go and she was crying. And I was like, oh my God, my heart was breaking for her. I was
Dave
like,
Matthews
oh my God,
concert.
because she goes, my body is not letting me do what I want it to do. And she was just so upset about it. Hey, 180, quit
Frustrated.
popping off or I'll have to tie you down in your
What the hell,
wheelchair.
180? I come up and you leave.
Yeah,
I couldn't
exactly.
hear you.
Oh, can you hear her now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me
Oh,
now?
we'll see. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
How's it hanging?
To the left.
Oh goodness. Well, I'm not laughing about your stories or whatever, but
No, I think
No.
it's so heartwarming. Like I've known about Ginger Lux's medical, situations, and just to know that about Ems is just really eye opening. You know, you never really know about somebody or their story or what they've gone through, and it's kind of nice to hear. Excuse me, the other side. You know.
Well,
Mhm.
exactly, and it's kind of shitty when people tell you don't have what you know you have.
Nobody can say that. Nobody has.
What
I
they're
would
doing
love.
180, I think.
I
is
would love to
disgusting.
see their credentials. I'm sorry. Like I said, do we need to have a party, a
Well-
graduation party for some new doctors in town?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have easily just came out and told everybody have been diagnosed officially with MS. I could have just lied about everything.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You know what I mean? It's none of their damn business. And if they want to question it, maybe they should go look in the mirror instead of diagnosing other people.
They're trying
Maybe
to
we
run
should-
with this. Go ahead.
Maybe we should question some law degrees that people
I mean,
say they have on here.
It's insane. If I was a lawyer or a doctor, I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't have any time for YouTube. I'm
Jen,
just saying.
well, Jen, you could go to the hospital, right? And I'm suffering to the point where I can't straighten up. I'm going through a flare. Everything's swelling. I go there, and what do the first thing that they do, of course, is they speculate if I'm a drug user, because it's not something they can see.
Right.
And you know what I've noticed with MS and a lot of other diseases, lupus I've heard too, is you almost have to go through the gamut of testing before they diagnose you with like anything. You know what I mean? They run you through every diagnosis before they end up with the right one.
And it's funny because when I tell my doctors, I was on pain medication, they always treat me like I was a druggie. And now when I tell them I'm using medical marijuana, now that I tell them that, they treat me completely different, like in a different, like, okay, good. And they don't give me a hard time then about pain management in the hospital. But if I was a person who said, no, I'm on narcotics, they would treat me as such. But because I don't use it, they treat me as such. And that's the truth. Like, that's just the truth. I've been going through it since 2009. So it's the truth.
I can say medical marijuana does help. My dad back in Wisconsin, he had a seizure every single day, and we moved to Colorado to see if medical marijuana would help him. And in the beginning, because they didn't want to give him medication, they wanted to like actually capture a seizure on a brain scan, and he would never go into a seizure whenever they did that. Like, he went into the hospital and they tried to induce one, and he would never do that. So we tried medical marijuana with him, and he doesn't like it so much, but the CBD, and it's called Charlotte's Web, and it's a kind of like a mixture between CBD and THC. It's a special, 180 is completely right when they're not all made the same. The
No, they're
oils, they're not. So we tried that on him, and I have to say that he's had, just last night, he actually had a seizure, but that it's been once a year.
CBD does work better with the partner THC. It does work better. I unfortunately am not able to get the THC added because I'm in a non-legal state, so it's just CBD.
Yeah,
but it does work
help.
Best with THC.
I can say it helped my mom. It helped my mom completely. Like, she would have the tremors, the leg tremors, and that would slow it down.
It does. It does. It helps with seizures. It helps. I know a lot of people, it has helped. And a lot of people who were against it, that it helped.
Oh, yeah.
People are starting to come around and go, okay, there is a benefit for this plant.
There is, actually.
I was never the pothead. Like, no, I would never call myself a pothead. And then one day the doctor's like, we need to get you off the stuff. You need to just try it.
Yeah.
So I tried it, but I mean, I'm not on any more Dilaudid, fentanyl, morphine. I'm not on any of that anymore.
See, and in that turn, those doctors, they actually get bonuses for not putting you on a narcotic. They actually get paid for not putting you on a narcotic.
That makes sense. I believe that. Because they hate to do it.
Well, yeah, and with all the problems back before with the shady doctors, you know what I mean, just dosing out pills. Now they get in some serious trouble, and now they get an incentive to not put their patients on narcotics or opiates, or you know what I mean. You're lucky to get a Valium these days.
How much of a mind fuck is that, to be able to get paid to give out all this shit and then twist it around and now get paid to not give people meds?
Isn't that crazy?
It's
sick.
Isn't
that a piece of? Isn't that nuts?
That is sick.
It's sick. It's and we're just the sheep. Let's not forget.
And when you're in the hospital, you're under their care.
My mom died in the hospital. My mom died in the hospital.
I'm
Like,
sorry for that.
it was,
Sometimes I think the hospitals make you worse.
it sure did for my mom. She was there for 10 days getting steroid treatments and she had a stroke.
My last
Oh my
stay,
God.
which was in January, was the worst stay ever, ever. To the point where, I mean, really felt like I was in prison, unable to do things and being taunted by people because there was some shit that was going on, and it was because of the doctors. The doctors that were there were jerks. So I could not go back to that hospital because the reason why I get to use these doctors is because my doctors from my, office that I see decide they don't want to do it anymore. So they put this crazy third party that has nothing but people complaining, but there's nothing that they can do because the hospital didn't hire them. My practice hired them.
Oh, see, catch 21, huh?
180, have you ever gone to the hospital for your MS? I mean, have you ever actually been in that much pain that you had to go to the ER?
Yep.
Okay.
They sent me right home.
What did they do for you?
Nothing.
It's horrible.
They told me it's not life threatening. The only thing I hate now is I go through these periods where I have double vision for weeks on end. I can't hardly read anything. Gives you headaches. And then I have random vertigo, which is awesome. It's
Oh,
so
no.
awesome. I love being drunk sober, I love
Drunk
that.
sober. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just like I don't have it so bad where I'm puking or anything, but if I lay down too fast, my head starts spinning and I want to vomit, but I don't vomit, but I have a strong urgency of nausea. It's really strange. And to be sober, it's just even more of a mind trip.
Yeah.
You know
I
what's
would
really
imagine.
weird? Lately, like I don't know why it's been happening more so lately within the past 2 years, is I've been fainting a lot. Out of nowhere.
Really?
Yep. I faint a
Oh, you
lot.
gotta be careful when you're driving.
I actually found out that I have basically hypoglycemic, so I have low blood sugar. So I've been extremely paranoid, and even though I've been making sure that I keep eating little snacky snacks here and there to make sure that I'm not going too long without
Yeah.
keeping something inside me there. Yeah, clip that. The bigger, the better.
That was a good one. Oh my God. At
But
least you got
Go
your
ahead.
sense of humor isn't in a wheelchair.
I
So
love it. I love 180.
yeah, I know.
Well, I
Me
have a
too.
choice. I mean, my attitude previous to being unable to walk was worse than it is now. So that's kind of the strange thing about all this. I was concerned that because my attitude was kind of toxic previous to a year ago or so, and it was toxic enough that I was concerned that if something were to happen and I would become more disabled, that I would be really bad toxic. Like I thought I would be
I know what you mean.
horrible.
I know exactly
And
what
the
you mean.
opposite happened, and I didn't see that coming. Like I had
Yeah.
no idea.
You're
that would
mellow.
happen.
I find you really mellow.
So do I.
Being
Like
sick,
real mellow.
kind of gives you another outlook on stuff. It really does. It gives you a whole different outlook on everything. And you may think that, something like this, you don't want to be around. You don't want to be here. What's the point being on the
The only
earth?
time I see him raise his voice is when people come after him and say that he's not,
The only time I've heard him raise his voice, and it might be because I'm, fairly new, but it was on M's and Jens and M's just the other night where Marianne played a couple clips of 180, and that's kind of like the loudest I heard him, but it was hilarious. It was funny, you know.
Yeah. I can be mouthy. Anyway, what was that? Yeah, so I was concerned about my attitude, and then my attitude since then has been okay, and it's been long enough where it's, you always worry that you're going to revert back because the mind always wants to go back to the past
Yeah.
for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been long enough that I don't think that's going to happen because it's more it's a daily thing. I have to force myself to be happy because nothing that's happening to me right now, everything that's happening to me is so goddamn depressing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just it's not healthy to be in a state of negativity like that all the time. Even if it's, being brought on by, yourself. Your body's doing it to you. It's not your fault.
I know
It's
exactly what you're
yeah.
talking about.
Your
You may
body's
have it.
not doing.
I'm not in a wheelchair all the time, but I have been, so I know what it feels like. But I get what he says. But I'm thankfully able to get up and walk at some point once my flare or whatever it is that prevents me
Remy
from
D
walking.
asked, do you think the CBD has helped? I guess she's asking 180. I'm not
She's asking 180.
sure. I don't
Oh,
know.
me?
Yeah.
I will say that now that I've been taking it for the last at least 2 years, I've been on it. I have had okay. Here's the difference with CBD versus non-CBD. Before CBD, I had more bad days than good, which brings you into a bad place because you start having the thoughts that you shouldn't be having because you don't want to be here tomorrow if tomorrow's going to be the same shit as it was yesterday and it continues and it repeats, okay? So you get into this really bad place, but then CBD has given me more good days than bad. It was like a light switch.
I've heard
had
that.
more, even though I'm actually doing fairly worse considering I'm actually this when the flares come, the extra inflammation in your body also causes excessive depression, because you're just bombarded with, your brain's inflamed. So the CBD actually helps me most days. Some days CBD doesn't help at all because the flares it's so strong. I can't even use CBD to cut it back. But for the most part, CBD cuts back the inflammation just enough to where I'm not a Debbie Downer.
So I've heard that it generally takes the edge off. So there's a certain kind of like point where you're just like, whatever you're going through, there's a certain point where you're like, I'm just done. I'm done. Right. So I've heard that CBD, and it does do other things as well, medically, but it does really just take the edge off. So you're not thinking about it so much. You're not focusing on the pain.
Well, that's even, you can put CBD and THC together, and it's not physically going to take away the pain.
No.
It's just going to give you a peace of mind of, you know what, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care enough about it. So,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So you're still in pain?
Yeah.
I don't understand
Oh
how it
yeah,
works. You're
yeah.
still in
Yeah. The
Oh,
pain
yeah.
doesn't go away.
No, the pain doesn't
Nope.
stop.
It just it's your state of mind, or I'm
It's
trying
an
to
altered state.
It's hard to
It's an-
explain because my biggest problem is inflammation and swelling, and most of my pain comes from swelling.
And it would
This
be
is
just like,
completely irrelevant of MS. I'm just saying from the arthritis point of view.
I get that
Right.
a lot too, 180. I get that too from the
But the CBD will reduce the inflammation, which reduces the swelling, which does cause me to have less pain. So technically, it is a pain reliever, kinda.
a little bit, you know.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It takes like that super edge off,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Okay. For example, for people who are not in pain, when you hurt yourself, when you're like when you're trying to break your finger, there's a certain point in which it's so painful that it feels crispy. It feels real crisp and clean. It's so because it hurts so bad. The CBD makes it
Dull.
tones it down a little, turns the
Yeah.
volume down a little.
Mm-hmm.
And not
Yeah.
like a lot, just a
Yeah,
little bit.
just enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically it takes the edge off and puts you in a better state of mind. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
understanding?
it's like an altered state, but you don't
Right.
really realize you're in an altered state of mind. It just is, it's very like smooth, you
Okay.
know?
I'm asking because I don't understand.
Like
Yeah,
you're in
it's hard
total
to
control.
explain.
You're in total control. Your mind doesn't feel like you're drunk or high or anything. You're just in a state of an altered kind of smooth.
But you're still in pain. That's what I
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
like saying. Yeah.
But it's proven to be an anti-inflammatory. So 180 is right on with that.
Well,
Sorry.
he also said he had arthritis, so that probably helps.
Yeah.
That.
The
Part of it.
problem I have at this juncture in my life is that the
Don't
damage
be
to
giving
my
us a false
joints,
narrative.
yeah, the damage to my joints versus the nerve damage kind of met at the same time.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
So the severity of both have met at the same time. So even if I wasn't being affected by nerve things, okay, and let's say I got my strength back and I could stand up and walk, I wouldn't be able to stand up and walk because my knees are practically fucked and my feet are like horrible. So the arthritis has, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to walk again, kind of thing. I'm not sure I'm ever going to
Here's
do that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think you will ever walk, like, with
What are you
even
waiting
with
for?
the cane? Because he's been walking. He had before he got into the wheelchair was walking with a cane, and I was
You
going to
take it
ask him if he
downstairs
thought
on the
he would ever get
cane
to
set.
that point where he was
Figure
walking
out
with
what you
a cane
need to put
again.
in. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I did it myself. So sorry. Talking
Sam's
to my
asked who was peeing. So yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think you'll ever be able to walk with a cane again?
It's not impossible. I just don't have the ability to see it right now.
Well, do you think you'd be better off just staying in the wheelchair for now and just maybe letting yourself get like stronger or whatever? I don't know. It's like you said before, you think you'd be better off now if you had gone into a wheelchair sooner.
Yeah, because I was putting undue stress on my body by forcing myself to be standing when I should have been probably sitting more. I think I would have had a, yeah. It in the end, it still would have been the same result, so it wouldn't have really mattered.
But you're not paralyzed per se,
No,
correct? You're just not
no.
strong enough to stand on your legs right now.
Even when I am strong enough to stand up, my knees won't take the weight. My knees
Okay.
hurt. They're swollen. I can't. They're fucked up. They're all arthritic.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I can understand why you get pissed off when people say that you're not going
You know
through
what?
what
You know
you're
what?
going
You know what?
through.
You know what actually bothers me more than anything is the ignorance around the diseases, is the ignorance of what's possible, right? Like this can't happen with this. Like you're not a doctor, and it does
Exactly.
because it's happening to me. Stupid.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
it's
I had
mind-boggling.
somebody who said on a panel full of who knows how many people, rheumatoid arthritis and MS are they don't go together. Yeah.
Are you
Where
kidding
the
me?
fuck did you learn that?
If you get rheumatoid arthritis, you most likely also have some kind of other form of arthritic disease. Like I have RA, but I also have ankylosing spondylitis, where he has multiple sclerosis. And I also have other things like gastroparesis and other autoimmune issues. So when they're talking about literally like the autoimmune weak people, that is me. That is flat
Yeah,
out me.
Well,
yeah,
is MS autoimmune? Is that considered autoimmune?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
So
very
So your
sick.
body is like a car, right? Your body is like a car. It's a well-oiled machine. And if you change the oil in it, if you, exercise, if you will, if you eat good, then your body will run smoothly. But if one part of that car of your body is going to crap, then the rest, it'll follow. It'll just trickle down to each kind of, organ.
right, and it's nobody
Yeah,
has the right to question that.
and it's not abnormal for someone with autoimmune disease to have 5, 6, 7 diseases at the
That's
same
absolutely
time.
That's absolutely normal, actually. You know what I mean? If you
It's
have more
totally
than
normal.
It's, I totally get it. I've been there where enough doctors told me there was nothing wrong with me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a hypochondriac until somebody else. It took going to so many different doctors to find out what was wrong with me.
Yeah, I didn't get an official diagnosis for RA until I was 20, my early 20s.
Well, yet none of that started happening to me until after I was 31. So it hasn't really been that long for me. It's only
Yeah, and
been
people
like
are like, "Oh
14
my
years.
God, why doesn't he go to the doctor for any of that?" I've been going to the doctor prior to this. Okay, prior to the YouTube thing, me being on YouTube, I've been at the doctor for 19 fucking years in a row.
But
Every month, taking blood work, bitch. Get the
do,
fuck off me.
do you
Well,
see
that's like people saying that there's no way that a nurse comes to your house every day. Like, I'm sorry, but I had a nurse come to my house every
Yes, you
day when I had
can.
to have a dressing changed every day because it had to heal from the inside out.
I
So
grew up
that's a lie. People need to stop giving misinformation out there
It's
or
such bullshit.
Every time I've been to the hospital to the point where I couldn't walk, I was always set up with a physical therapist and a nurse who came to my house to help me because I couldn't go anywhere.
they're called
The
visit.
hospital automatically does it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I grew up with one, and she was like my second mom, you know what I mean? Her name was Linda. She came every day, and then she spent all day on Fridays coming to my house. And people may not believe this, but she would give my mom physical therapy. She would do all kinds. She would actually do the dishes. She would vacuum the house on Fridays. Fridays were cleaning day.
What was her name?
Her name was Linda.
Okay, do I know her? Can I find her?
She's retired now, but she's my best friend. I actually talk to her to this day, and it's been 20 years since my mom passed. And we laugh about things and joke about things. And she used
You
to
have to. Like
she used
for
to
me-
ream my ass when I was a teenager. Like, don't tell me that people don't come to your house, because I spent 20 years with a visiting nurse that came to my house, and she was an angel.
Well, what's really bad about that is a nurse actually said that nurses don't come. Well, I don't know if she's a nurse or not, but actually said that
Like I
nurses
said,
don't come to your house.
I want to see these people's credentials.
Right.
If they're going to diagnose people, then at least give them a treatment plan to deal with their pain.
Well, my nurse that's here now, her mom died of MS, and she tells me that you're showing symptoms of blah 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 blah, and I go, "What's that?" He goes, "That's what happens when you have MS."
Yes.
And I'm
I
like,
can hear it.
"Oh,
atrophy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Swollen
yeah."
shit,
So I
and blah, blah,
exercise
blah.
every day, even though it's
I try to.
fucking sucks.
I try
But
to
I get
too.
up every day. I mean, occasionally there's times where I can't even sit up, but I make up for it. I do it because you have to keep going. If you give up, you're fucking dead. Okay, that's
Mhm.
it.
Exactly. And not only that, like, when this took away like my ability to have a career where I used to work in radio, I used to work in marketing, advertising, and I was not able to work anymore. This took like for me, I was angry for a long time.
Oh my god.
It took my career of working in radio away.
I was
That's heartbreaking.
same thing for me. I was working corporate office, blah blah blah, all the benefits, and it got to a point where my body was like, you are not able to do a schedule anymore, and it was affecting my job. And I am very proud of what I do. I take pride in my work, and I quit my job, and I decided to work from home. And I was hoping that I could make it to 55, because that's when you pretty much hit your peak on your, Social Security benefits kind of thing, is you get there. And I didn't make it, but thank God I worked my whole fucking life. Thank God I
You
worked
know
my
what,
whole life.
180, I started working at such a young age. I started working at like 14, doing under the table stuff. And I've been working. For me, not to work, it's torture. That's the one thing, like having the whole day to myself, not being
Right.
it, that I hate it. That's the
But
one thing I freaking hate.
I'm still working now. It's only part-time, but I'm still working,
Yeah, see, no, I'm not
and I'm struggling
right
to
to
do
even do
this right
that.
now.
I know what you
And
mean.
and I don't know what's going to happen when I have to give it up, because I feel like I may be giving it up
But you
this
know,
year.
at least you get to still do it. But I understand I think like if I was like partly doing it and realizing how much little and little and little, and I'm not saying this to be like I'm understanding where you're coming from. I think it would frustrate me even more just to
Yeah.
see how much little by little each day I'm less to do. That would just make me so mad
And
because
people just don't have any empathy anymore. They're not thinking that way. You know what I mean? Can you imagine having something taken from you that you can't control, that's right there in front of you that you can't grab anymore? Like, whether that be your career or a glass of water.
Oh yeah, I can no
Mhm.
longer use glassware at
Like
all. I
that's
break
where
everything.
my heart goes. I think, what?
I think how dare anyone question anyone I think how dare you? How fucking dare you?
Right.
Sorry, my language.
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
know
if
180 doesn't
anybody,
get mad about it, but I think it pisses me off.
well, see,
Like,
because you know what it is, they want him to cam up, because
Oh
they don't
yeah,
oh,
believe you.
that's so stupid.
Cam up.
so
Come up and
dumb.
show your
And
wheelchair.
that's
I
because
bet
that's
you
all they
won't.
have. That's
I
all they
bet
have.
you
Yeah,
won't. I bet
don't
you won't
ever
do
do
it.
that.
I bet
Don't
I
you
do
would
it.
won't.
never.
No,
If you ever did that because they asked you to, I would be
Yeah,
so pissed
no.
because I would not give them what they wanted.
but like
Ever.
Carla, that's how I based this on. Was I was going to show basically on my channel what you go through when you live with something, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's kind of what my channel is about. And people have seen me at good times, bad times, and some ugly times, like where I couldn't been able to move or in the hospital. But that's the whole point of my page, because a lot of people have said to me, God, I don't see you as sick. Good. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't want you to see me as sick.
Right.
I struggle to make sure you don't see me as sick.
Bless your heart.
Well, it's not that only that they are on him about. Look, they think he's like every troll on YouTube. I mean, where does he have time to do all this? He's he told us the other day his finger is so swollen he can barely type. So he's going to be all these trolls on YouTube, all of them. Like, come on,
I know.
I'm
like, use
sorry.
your freaking
You
head.
would be surprised at what I
Uh-uh.
do on YouTube.
I know you
I
suck,
don't
man.
I
know
don't
you
know what
suck, man.
I only know what you do of here. That's it. That's all I know.
Mhm.
You would be surprised. I don't talk about what I do, and I don't talk about my troll accounts with anyone. That's why no one knows who my troll accounts are, because I don't talk about them with anybody except Marianne.
It's nobody's business.
Except Mariette.
Aw, no love story.
I know. I love it.
I
Absolutely. We needed a
But
little joy here.
this one, Marianne would never date anyone in a wheelchair because she's that
Right?
shallow.
She's too
She's so
shallow.
shallow.
love
Marianne or
Marianne.
somebody else.
I love Marianne. I think
She
she's
Marianne.
great.
is
She
a
makes me laugh.
absolute sweetheart.
I love Marianne.
And she is quick-witted.
I know. That's why we get along
I
so
know.
good.
But
know.
God,
She
oh
burns
boy.
my ass on the daily.
She does, her impressions are spot on. An impression. She is hilarious. I'm
Wasn't she the
sorry,
first one who
not
started stretching the name out?
Laura.
Yeah.
Was it
That
the
was
same one? Was it
Molly
saying the
Golightly
name?
that started it.
No,
Was it?
Oh, I
Was it?
thought it was Marianne and Molly Golightly followed.
oh, I don't know.
That's what I
But she's
thought.
funny.
I could be
No,
wrong.
I think it's Molly, and then
Yeah, I
Marianne
don't
picked it
think
up. That's
she
what I think.
liked Molly for a while, and then she started liking Molly, and then it was long.
Love it. And
love it.
then
I just like the way she says it. Like, you can't even say it like her. There's no impersonating Marianne. So
I actually played that for my husband, and
What?
he laughed. Laura, like she was doing it, but she was like cutting. She was cutting Laura off. Like I think Laura came up on her live, and Laura starts arguing and screaming, and then Starlight would just like cut her off here and there, like mute her, just randomly, and then she'd come back and be like, yeah. And then she'd go, Laura. And then Laura would be like, who's muting me? Why am I muted? And then Starlight would do it like 3 or 4 more times. It was a good one.
I like the way she says her first name better than when she said her last name, actually. So
Yeah.
it just the way she draws it out and stuff. And then when she did her impression, I'm not going to say it because there's going to be another live spawned about it.
yeah,
I'm not
let's,
going to
let's be
mention
careful.
anybody's name. 'Cause every time I do, I'm like in shit. I mean, anyways, it comes up on my phone.
I love that. I've had it. I've just had it.
So
I've
funny.
had it. I've just
Had
had
it.
it with these.
Hold on 1 second. Alexa, 11:15.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom.
Great. Okay, sorry.
We all know your kid needs to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you could hear that? What?
And then your response, Gingerlocks, okay.
You don't need to ask permission. You're allowed. Just make sure you only use 3 squares of toilet
Oh,
paper.
you have no
You're
idea.
rushing now.
You have no idea the military routine that we put down about the TP. Oh,
The funniest thing I've ever seen in a while was when Science Girl popped in with her impression on Diane's channel. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
who?
Science Girl,
Oh my God.
her impression. That was so fun. Like, it was
And see,
hilarious.
the thing is, you got to laugh at yourself as well. But I understand they're just not laughing at the person who's doing it. But
Well,
you
I
have
wish
to learn to
somebody would
laugh
do
at
it.
yourself.
I wish somebody would do an impression of me. Like
Give it
Jennifer
time. I can come up with
Lynn
one.
needs to do another impression because she did a video and I was who was I? Oh, who was I, Jennifer Lynn? Remind me. I was Murder, She Wrote. I was Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
It was
That's right.
hilarious. I even
That's
laughed at it.
right.
Oh, it was
Oh
Dr.
my
Ruth.
God.
And she did Dr. Ruth.
That
And she
That
did
was
Dr.
the
Ruth. I
funniest
was
video.
Dr. Ruth.
Jennifer Lynn is funny. She is so creative.
Jennifer
She used to
Lynn.
make the best
Oh
videos.
my gosh. Like
I-
I binge watched her videos the other day and she is hilarious.
I've always loved Carla, but the Murder, She Wrote thing was I
even laughed at it, and I wasn't even getting along with Jennifer Lynn, and then she did the Dr. Ruth one, and that was funny too. It was
I think Brian St. John's behind this. Yep.
Yeah, that was when I was mooned. And I was like, oh my God. And Brian was showing me his butt. I swear to God, guys, he was sitting there
I
flopping his
remember
butt.
it clearly. You thought Brian St. John was Black Dahlia Presents. That's right.
It was funny. Like, I was. Jennifer was the best. like she wasn't mean about it. She was just like, that's what I like about her. She's not really mean. She just takes what you say. She takes your own words and puts it in a video, and then she finds the right video to put it in. So
It's like the way also Whiskey Gypsy. I'll be right downstairs. It's just like Whiskey Gypsy. How could you get mad at the way she
need to
used to
do
do
one.
her videos?
You can't.
Needs to do one for 180 that says the wheels on the bus go round.
Like this time last year, Whiskey Gypsy was making the funniest videos, and then she stopped. And it's always because you get so much heat. And Herb used to do it, and she was awesome, and she stopped. So, but the two of them used to do it so well and sum up everything, so you didn't have to worry about missing anything if you went to sleep.
Well, Jen,
Oh, yeah.
have you gone to the farm? She's been doing it there. She's been doing like recording stuff.
Oh, I've
Oh,
been
wait,
there
yeah.
on her lives, but I haven't seen the videos. I have to
Yeah,
do that
she
next.
did one with Molly Golightly.
Oh, okay.
Not Molly Golightly. It was not Molly Golightly. It was Miss Wonderful, I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I take like
Oh,
Miss F and Wonderful. I can say Molly Golightly. I went on B Live, by the way. I didn't
drama stars.
yeah, so
Drama
like
Stars. Was it Drama Stars?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not all hate at all. Like I just
No, it's
posted
not
a
hate.
video. No, I just posted a video of you can really see Katie's heart. The last video I posted was she can be, you know, a hustler, a scammer. I don't know. I'm not here to judge, but I know in the video that I posted that she made, you can see her heart. You like really feel for her as a woman.
I
And-
don't really watch her that often, but there are times I've seen her, like, you know, basically showing everything, you know, leaving everything out there.
Yeah.
But then she gets mad very, 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 very quickly.
I've
and
seen her
easily.
cry too.
So it's kind of hard.
It's a train wreck. And like I
It's kind
can't
of hard when
Right.
someone gets so mad at you so quickly.
right.
And I
so
don't know her, and I've only watched a couple things, but I know that she gets mad at people very quickly. But
She
I don't know what these people do. So that I can't even get mad because I don't even know what their storylines or what's going behind.
But
behind
you
the scenes.
gotta wonder about someone that can get 1,000 people to watch them do housework. Like if I turned on my camera and I was
Could
doing
you
housework,
imagine?
I
Why
might
would you
get
watch
2
me?
people watching me. You
You're
know,
waiting
watch
for a
me.
train
Fold my laundry. Ooh.
like she can do absolutely nothing.
I
Or she
know.
can sleep, and there's
Right.
going to be 1,000 people that watch her. Like I don't get it.
It's a
I don't
train wreck. It
understand
really is. You know, I agree with that. And I started to watch her and kind of enjoy her, and then she just went downhill. Like you can see her life just kind of falling apart. And then and I stopped watching her actually. And then I popped in one time and she was just crying. And you know, although I think she makes her own messes, I think that in that video, in some way, everybody could relate. You know, we've all kind of like been in a situation where
But
she's
also remember, there's also something that a lot of people who may not be a creator or jump on here is the YouTube paranoia that always sets in as well.
Mhm.
That is easy to go crazy and rampant to think somebody's doing something behind your back when they're not.
Well,
just because of who they're talking
Sometimes they are.
And sometimes they are. And
Yeah.
sometimes they are.
And the hard part, I think, is to just ignore it and just. That's been the hard part for me, is not reacting. So I'm trying
Yep.
not to watch things that are
It's
toxic.
important. It's so much better when you don't. It's so
Right.
much better when you don't.
Oh, it
because
is.
it's not
It is.
worth it. Like,
And if you can laugh at yourself too, it makes it better.
remember when
too.
we were little and like our parents taught us, people calling us names? Come on.
Sticks and
It should-
stones may break your
but-
bones, but names will never hurt you.
Well, they can, but
Mm.
it's if you allow them to or not. And sometimes it can, even when you don't want it to. Because
Yeah, and I think if you
you're
don't,
like, whoa, I never thought of myself that way. What? Like, I don't know. Some people get me very wrong on here, and that's fine. That's their choice.
I
But
could never get you wrong at all. You're just the
I
sweetest.
She is
well,
sweet.
I know. I could never even imagine. I can't
I'm
fathom it in my
I'm
mind.
kind. I'm kind. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm sweet, and I think I have 2 kids here that would disagree with you.
No, but I've never even seen you raise your voice.
I know.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to. Actually, I wouldn't want to hear Ginger Lex raise her voice. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, no.
You
No.
should ask her
I'm not
husband if
doing
she's ever raised her voice.
Oh God. Yes, my kids. They will certainly chime in.
I think
Okay.
my husband is starting to get on my nerve. We've been like, even though he's going to work every day, it's just, I think this staying in the house every day is starting to get to me. Like, and I did go out, by the way. I just didn't film it. So I did go out.
Did you take a breath?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
But you know what freaked me out? There was guys working across the street and they weren't wearing masks.
But
And it's
that's
supposed
all
to
the
be,
way over there. It's
I
all
know,
the
but
way
there,
over
it's
there.
supposed to be mandatory now. When you leave your house in Pennsylvania, you're
It
supposed to
is.
wear
Because
a
I had to
mask.
run over to, I live very close to the Pennsylvania border. So I had to run over to my cousin who lives right on the border of PA and, right across. Do you know where the Trenton Makes Bridge is?
Right.
Does anybody? Yeah, I don't live
I-
far from that. I'm pretty much doxing myself, but I don't care. But I don't live far from there. So I get to go to PA real easily. I get to go to New York real easily. I get to go to the beaches really easily. It's really, everything is
great.
extremely convenient here.
Ash says, Marianne is a lovely soul, so is 180. People who say bad things about them obviously don't know them and haven't bothered to try.
And it's sad. They would like them. They're
I know.
hilarious.
I bet you, and a lot of us, probably if we sat into a room in real life around a table, well, maybe some of us wouldn't, but maybe some of us might. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi.
Please clean up this mess.
Hey, Jen.
How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Jennifer Lynn.
Hi.
I know.
What's going on? Well, I know what's going on.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I'm taking a work break and I am hiding from my kids.
I know. I
How
saw
are
your
you?
comment. You were done with them.
They are both in moods. Holy hell.
Well, they're
Holy
probably
hell.
getting bored.
And it's like
I hear
rainy
you
and
for
gross
that, Jennifer
outside.
Lynn. I hear
Ugh.
you.
It's
They're
gross
just
out
not
where
in
you
there.
are. Jennifer, you're so close.
It's only
to me.
Tuesday.
I was going to say, you said it's
Actually,
gross
they don't
outside.
have for their school, every Friday now is designated a work day, so they don't have to attend any online discussions or
Oh, cool.
have any interaction with teacher. It's just a day for them.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do now, is set my youngest up with her teacher, because they changed everything last week. They changed it all up because they had everything on Zoom and they were kind of just going over stuff. And then they're like, nope, not to be teaching on this. So, and they're like, well, we can't use Zoom anymore because it's not really, it doesn't have enough restrictions or stuff like that.
My
So we had
kids
it-
use. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off at all.
They have their school. I mean, it's private. But they all have iPads and they have built-in virtual days to their a normal school year,
Okay.
where every so often they have a virtual day and they use those for
That's kind
snow
of
days.
cool. We don't have those.
So if there's a snow day, they do school online, so they don't have anything to make up at the end of the year. But
That's
they
so
use this.
smart.
It's a program or an app or something called Canvas. And it's they have everything on there. I mean, they don't even have textbooks.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
everything's on their iPads.
But see, here's the thing with everything being online, especially with a third grader.
I can't
keep
imagine
up
doing it
with
with a
what
young
they're
kid.
doing.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I
Listen,
get messages sent home.
my 15-year-old is failing online school because she's not making the morning meetings. And that's one kid. I wonder how many others aren't getting up
and
for
I-
those morning
yes.
Zoom meetings.
I
I've
didn't know you
heard
had a
about that.
15-year-old. I
Mhm.
mean, my daughter's 15 also. Well, she'll be 16.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. She came into my room the other day in the morning and it was 9:00 and she's like, oh, I can't stand this right now. I hate myself. And I'm like, what? What is going on? And she's like, I keep missing the morning Zoom meetings. Oh my God. Here we go.
this is going to be a good lesson, like personal accountability and responsibility for these kids, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I know when I was still in college for my undergrad, they were just kind of rolling out online programs. And I tried to take an online class. I couldn't do it. Like I had to physically be in a lecture to
I
really
gotta
get
pause.
anything out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that if I was their age, I could deal with what they're having to do right now.
I don't think I could. I need to like
I need to be
visually.
there.
Yeah. I need to be in a classroom.
Ash just
Yeah,
told
there's so
1A
many
to shut up and
distractions
quit
at
talking
home.
so
I
much.
mean,
Too many.
so that's why I think like they're learning a lesson that they have to, you know, prioritize and use their time wisely, and
Yeah.
you know, they have to like grow up real quick.
And
Yeah.
see, mine went on quarantine, if you will, or lockdown from the schools. Right. So like right in the middle of spring break, they announced that they weren't going to go back to school. So all these kids were just running around on spring break, and now, okay, we're going to be in quarantine. We're not going to go back to school. So it's kind of like an extension of their,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's how they think of it. And it's like, no. You were supposed to go back to school 2 weeks ago. So here you are. Here's your computer. This is what we're going to do. And, you know, they're just like, it's still spring break. No, it's not.
I was so happy with my kids' school because they didn't even really miss a beat at all. I mean, I got an email from the school like 2 weeks before it even closed and said, I don't know how they must have had some sort of heads up. And they said, we're working on putting together, you know, a more cohesive, you know, online program in the event that, you know, school is, you know, delayed or postponed or whatever. And they started, that was on a Friday, and they started Monday. I mean, they didn't miss anything.
Neither
Wow.
did my kids. They didn't miss a beat, not once.
Most of the public schools around us, like even in our district, they didn't start for like just until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we got lucky that they started planning this out the week before. I could tell because I spent a lot of time in the school that week, and I was looking at them. I'm like, what's going on? She looked at me with like a dead stare, like, I don't know. And as soon as I know, you'll know.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm on the phone with the state. And that was when we were so uncertain. Like, thinking the kids wouldn't be able to go out and play with their friends during all this. I didn't expect them not to be. Like, it's just so weird.
It is so weird. It's so weird. I had to run out a few errands yesterday. It's just, it's like living in a movie right now.
Yeah. It's going to take a while.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take some serious time and money to get our economy back on
It
track.
reminds me of a science fiction movie. Everything that's
we
going
haven't
on.
even.
It does too.
We haven't even
Contagion.
started
It reminds me of Contagion.
Oh, and crude oil is in the negative.
It
right
is
now.
unreal
It is
for
in-
gas out there.
Oh my God. Let me just tell you that that's my husband's career.
Oh,
And
geez.
yes, he came to me yesterday, and the first time, I don't know since when or ever, crude oil went into the negative, and he showed me it was negative $7. And we're talking, I'm going to say that 2 years ago, crude oil was at $110 a barrel. And then the normal price for crude oil, for everything to be copacetic and for us to be in the black, if you will, the United States, our crude oil prices need to be at $60 a barrel. It is in the negative $7 right now, if not more. This is serious.
Yes,
Oh.
but have you been driving down and looking at those gas prices and going, wow.
Yeah.
To me, I have.
But nobody's going anywhere. You know what I mean?
That's why.
This podcast, I had a
There's no demand.
There's no one has to worry about protecting the oil fields. No one gives a shit anymore.
I know.
No.
It's amazing how things can change real quickly.
Yeah.
I guess we need to keep an eye on who's going to be making the most money at the restart of the economy here.
Yes.
Bill Gates.
I'm curious to see that though. Who's coming out on top first?
Toilet paper companies.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know
I
what the
think-
toilet paper companies did to deserve this.
Sorry, I dropped off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna
I
have
d-
you
I-
and 180 down in his
I
wheelchair.
dropped off too.
You guys
I
still.
dropped off once.
Yeah, oh, you too, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
I'm
chair got
fine.
stuck in the door again.
Damn you,
Stuck in the door.
180. It's all
Your,
your fault.
your wheelchair is too wide, that's why.
You know that
Waking up
that's a
He's not
hazard.
in a
Bandwidth.
wheelchair, Carla.
That is a hazard when you're in a wheelchair. It's getting stuck in the damn doorway.
Door. Yeah.
It actually happens.
Yeah. And then
Does
you
it really?
cut up
on.
your
That's
fingers
right.
trying to get through the doorway. 180,
It's
do you
just-
cut up your fingers a little bit trying to get through the doorway itself?
Yeah, I pinched my fingers a few
Oh.
times.
Oh, ouch.
I've done that myself in like rehab and stuff. So. And I mean rehab is in rehabilitation, physical rehab when you can't walk. Not rehab because I had drugs. Let me make that clear.
It doesn't matter how clear you make it. You said rehab, you're a doper.
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
Did you all hear that?
druggy. You
Ginger
drug-
Lux is a
I'm
sneaky
See the next
Get it
one?
now,
Take a
Ginger
drug.
Lux.
She's a
Animal.
lush. She's a lush.
She's a
Yeah.
drug mule.
Like, let me make
And you
that
know
clear.
she's got Irish in her, so. Yeah.
I have
You
been
finished
drinking
that
a little
bottle?
bit
Let's
more.
rumor
normal.
around now.
How's
Let's
that
spread
Tito's
that.
bottle?
It's half full.
Only
See, I
The
could have said
optimist.
it's half empty.
That's
But I
right.
said
the
it was
optimist.
half full. But then again, I've shared it with more than just myself.
Oh, okay.
I had a 6 feet happy hour with my friend the other day. So we had lemon drop martinis on Sunday night.
Aw.
So if
that's
you saw me
cool.
laughing my ass off on Jenny Jen's, you know why.
Well, I saw
Because
you laughing
did
your
see you.
ass
That
off
was
on Miss
fun.
Murders. Before that, we were in a contest.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was
yes.
like acting goofy. I was wondering, I was going to ask you, how many drinks have you had?
I only had 2.
Oh my
I
God, I
only
went
had
straight to
2.
her head.
No, I get very silly. That's all.
We all
I
need to have like a, what do you call those parties where you drink?
6 feet,
feet
a
high.
6 feet happy hour.
Yeah, an online,
Happy
Happy
hour.
hour.
Yeah. Don't put it on YouTube.
yeah,
so
you just
God
go,
forbid.
it's a bar crawl or whatever. What do you call it? You go from one live
Each,
to another live to another
someone
one.
hosts
Everybody
one.
can just like finish
I'll do it.
drinking one live and then go to
That
another live.
sounds like fun.
I'll do
Yeah.
it on my
And
life.
everybody has some
Okay.
kind of a drinking
Yeah,
game.
do it.
Yeah. Like I
It's a
don't
little
mind at
early
all.
for me now to start drinking, but I have some beer in the fridge.
It's 8:00 here, Carla.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, you got to title it bar crawl or whatever.
Yes, we'll
And,
do
and,
that.
and, and I
Shot.
swear, no,
Open
Jen,
shot.
like, as if I did this and you did this, then I could be the second bar crawl, and we could have games where everybody would
Jennifer
come
Lynn,
in.
there's another
Yes.
Jennifer Lynn coming up. That's not you, right?
Yes, let's do that, Ginger Lux.
Don't,
Let's do
don't,
that.
Jen, that's not
Jennifer Lynn?
Don't let him in. You're going to get porn.
Say hi, Jennifer Lynn.
Wait a
Oh, it
minute.
might be her. All right, she,
can't
just fell off.
hear us.
Okay, is that
I'm
you,
like,
Jennifer
no.
Lynn? No, she just left.
I'm like,
It was
you're
her
gonna
with her
get porn.
picture. But there
Well,
was
then if it's
two.
her-
Yeah, I know. That's what.
Just
That's
tell
the
her to
worst
show
nightmare.
tell her to show you her face before you put her up. That's all. And then turn it off so she doesn't. Just so
Yeah.
you know it's her, so you don't get porned.
Yeah. Oh, it
Jen-
was her. There was two of you though, Jennifer. That's why I wasn't sure. But come back up.
That hey, we're just trying to protect. God knows
Yeah.
that we've read many
We don't want
reasons
to
to
see
feel this way.
somebody fisting somebody else.
Oh my God,
don't
my
need,
internet.
I don't need to see assholes, any holes at the bottom of somebody's body.
Yeah.
No need to.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, no holes.
Y'all girls know how to party.
Wait a minute. Yes,
What?
we do. Some of us know how to party.
We do.
Some of
I
us
know
are
how to.
born
I know how to
party.
drink so much that I projectile vomit. I've done it before.
Carla.
I
I
was.
think we all have, Carla.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Oh my God, one of my favorite movies is on right now. Oh my goodness.
What is it?
What's that?
Yes, it's called Yesterday.
I
It's-
haven't heard of it.
It's about it's a guy. It's an indie movie, but it's a guy who, if the Beatles never existed, and
Oh yeah.
and what things would else not exist if the Beatles didn't exist? And it's
Right.
a really cool movie. Didn't see it going like this.
It's an Academy Award winning movie.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yes.
It's on
I've heard
TV
of it.
right now.
It's on HBO right
Oh,
now because
But
I still have the
everybody-
FiOS.
Everybody has free HBO though, I think until the 13th if you've
Yes,
got,
they do. That's
Yeah,
what
if
I
you've
have
got-
it on.
yeah, satellite.
Which I have it on FiOS still because I got to get rid of FiOS, but it's on HBO too. Such a good
And
movie.
that you guys can like record if you've got on demand, you can record that.
Yeah.
And watch it like
It's so good. It's like really a good movie.
I think
I
on
wonder-
Zoom Live you can do that. You can watch movies, like in a group of people can watch a movie. I think
Oh,
on
yeah.
Zoom you can do that too.
Yeah,
I can't figure out Zoom though.
I'm on Zoom,
Oh,
but
Zoom-
Zoom's easy. Zoom's
Yeah.
very easy.
I have
Everybody says that. Every time I try to do that Zoom thing, it
You
says
have to-
start your own. You have to start your own meeting, and
But
if I
first-
want to join a meeting, it doesn't
First
let
join.
me.
Well, first join a meeting, and then you have to wait to the exact time the meeting starts.
and the
Drop
invite.
the link
Yeah.
in, and then go in because you can't go in beforehand. You have to wait like exactly.
Because
till
here's the
meeting
hang.
starts.
I was going to go on Tucker's panel one day, and he was using Zoom, and I tried to do it, and it just wouldn't let me go. And I'm
You know
like,
who to
oh,
ask?
Tucker, I give up.
You know who to ask? Rolling. Rolling knows a heck of a lot about Zoom.
Oh God,
But
he knows
you know what?
everything about that stuff.
Do you have Chrome on your book?
Yeah, I do. Actually, that's
'Cause,
what I use to
you
come
have
on.
to have because that's the
Yeah,
one thing you have
that's
to
what I
have. You
use
have
to
have
come
Chrome.
on StreamYards is Chrome, but I don't know how to use Zoom. So
Once you get it, it's easy. It's like super easy, Carla.
well, I'm an idiot. So
No, you're not.
You're
I'm
not.
that's I am.
No,
I'm,
you're not.
I am like I know how to turn on a computer, but there's a lot of things I don't like. I couldn't make videos like Jennifer makes videos. Like
Diamond
It's
Girl,
hard.
I
I
know.
know.
Ninjalog's mom makes videos. I can record some music and stuff on there. I can do a few things, but
Honest to God, though, the last couple of videos have been my friends from high school. Like all of them have been my friends from high school. I'm like, I'm stealing this one. I'm stealing this one. I'm stealing this one.
you made one that looked like a movie, like it was a movie, and like starring Ninjalog's mom and this one and this one. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty good.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute. Are you talking about? It wasn't. It was
You made it look like a movie or a trailer for a
it's
movie.
a trailer for a movie. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
friend
yeah.
Jill. My friend Jill does that every time we're together.
Okay. Because that
They're
was
just-
cute.
Well,
They're
the
just in
farm
fun.
and I are gonna collab on something, but
Yay!
we're
Yeah.
keeping it top secret right now.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Ooh.
Damn you both. Damn you both.
One thing you
I'm
guys
so
didn't
insulted.
know about Jen is she loves what she does. She loves making videos. She's so creative.
It's fun for me. I don't know. It just is. It's like a stress reliever.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
But
fun.
it can be really time consuming, like depending on what you're doing.
Yeah. And everybody, I think a couple people will hear about what we're gonna do. So
Yeah.
I think what I can't get is like I can get the videos okay. I just can't get the voices to match with the videos. Like you guys did do that really well, but anyways, I like watching them, so I can have fun watching them. I'll
Oh,
just do
yeah.
my lives and let you guys do that stuff. I
you'll
think
have
people
fun.
people enjoy coming in here in the morning and having coffee and bitching
I
about
do.
180,
Yeah.
bitching about 180 being
My
a
God.
panel. He's a panel whore.
Panel four.
I've become one. I would think.
Yeah, you go on a lot of panels now.
I've become a panel whore myself.
Listen,
And
Yeah.
nobody wants to call
Jen's a
you that,
newbie.
right?
Jen's a newbie, and she's like my panel whore.
I am the biggest panel.
Jennifer's beginning. I'm going to
Yes.
start calling you all
I'm
panel
starting.
whores.
The other day I saw a message from Carla that said, "Hey, I'm sorry I've been so busy cooking and cleaning." And I wanted to respond, look, listen, Carla, panel whores don't cook nor do they clean.
Well,
You
then
know what
that
she did,
counts me
and Jen
out.
won't say this herself, but her neighbor passed away from the coronavirus and left behind her husband. And she's been cooking like one dish meals for her husband. I
Aw,
thought
that's
that's so
sweet.
sweet.
It
Yeah.
is.
I just found out like what there's a neighbor of ours and she's older because she watches her granddaughter. I don't know what happened with the daughter. I don't know the full story, but the grandmother raises the granddaughter, but she calls her mom. That's all I can tell you. But I just found out that her husband died and I didn't even know.
Oh
And
my
I'm
God.
like,
From the
oh my
coronavirus.
God. I said, Paul, I don't know. I mean, Marty was already bad and they were older. They're a much older couple. But I'm telling you, it really pisses me off because Paula is way more active, has way more energy than I ever would at the age of 45.
Kids
Like,
keep
that's
you young.
bullcrap.
Kids
Kids
keep
can
you
do
young.
that to you.
And
I do a lot more when I'm around my grandkids
I
than I
thought
do
about
when I'm home.
having a kid at 40 just because I wanted to stay young. But
oh
then
hell, don't do it.
exactly. Then I said, nope.
Jen, my best
No.
friend. Well, although this has been the best thing for her. She had one at 46,
Oh my.
and
God.
yes,
Em said true pantyhose multitask. Because you can do it, Ems. Doesn't mean we
multitasking
all
panel
can.
whores. The multitasking panel whores. That's what we are.
Yeah, multitasking panel whores. Well, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just
I'm doing
I'm just
laundry right now.
I'm just a whore.
No, I'm
What is
enjoying my
it?
coffee.
Whore.
Carla,
I'm
you're
just a whore.
clearly, I mean, you clearly look like a whore.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, you know,
You
yeah,
see
you
how
look
much
like you
eyeliner
look
I
like
wear and like
you look like you
my
stepped out of a
shirts.
stripper club right now. You know,
I
you
know.
definitely come out of a titty bar.
I'm wearing the knee high or the thigh high boots and
Yes.
fishnet stockings and
Haven't
I
you
got a
seen
hole
her?
in my living room.
And in your
I'm using.
bustier too.
Oh, Carla.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. I'm not showing you either. It's
And with his
What do
voice.
we have here?
I can't with his voice. I can't.
now watch that get clipped
Oh, for God's sake, if
somewhere.
I drop off one more time, I'm done.
I know.
Uh-huh.
If I touch my phone and I drop off immediately, that's why I'm trying not to look at my phone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
being a
bit my lip.
multitasker.
I bit my lip so hard yesterday. It's like
Oh
got
my
a
God,
pig.
Carla, so did I.
I was eating something. I was eating a sandwich and I bit into my lip and it's so sore.
So
now.
did I. Was that weird?
And now every time I eat something, I bite into it because it's swollen on the
You know
inside of my
what'll help?
lip.
Yeah, you know what?
So every
Oh.
time I eat something now, I'm biting it.
When I
Yeah,
bite
part of
my
it
tongue really
can
bad, that's what
help.
happens. Oh,
Swirl around some salt water, Carla, every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I have that, but it hurts like hell, and and I
Yeah.
keep biting it. The
I
thing
do
is,
too.
every time I eat something, I bite it because it's
Yep.
swollen.
try to chew on the other side of your mouth. Like seriously, like yeah, like
When you're used to eating on one side, it's so hard to chew on the other side.
Sorry, I'm turning this into a dirty conversation of my mind.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
Does
Carla.
your pee-pee work? Not that
Oh
it's
my
any
God.
of our business, but I think he said
But
it
it
was hanging
is.
to the left.
You gotta eat
Yeah.
both sides. You gotta eat on both sides. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
You do.
Gotta
You have to eat it right.
you gotta work those muscles equally as strong.
Uh-huh.
Right. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to log off here because
All
it's been
righty.
2.5 hours. I'm sorry. I'm not kicking y'all off.
No,
I'm
no,
kicking
no,
y'all
no,
off.
no.
Yeah,
All
Carla.
right, bye. See
You're
you
just gotta go
later.
back
Love
to
you,
my
180.
miserable kid.
See you later. You
Bye.
pedal
Everybody's
hard.
gotta go, but you can't stay
Bye,
here.
girls. I love you
Bye.
guys. I
Jen,
love
Jen.
you all.
Yes,
You're
yes, yes.
great.
Jen,
Thank you.
text me, Jen.
I will. I will.
All right.
Okay,
Everybody
bye,
trying to get a
guys.
spotlight on
Bye.
us.
Bye,
It's 2
everybody.
a.m.
Bye,
Bye.
Simon.
Bye.
Love you guys. Thank you for coming in. Sorry. I wasn't meaning to ignore you all, but I love you guys. Bye.